As you know, the SlideHub service feature works as an on-demand first-come, first-served service. But if you would like to reserve capacity and skip the line, you can always click here on the Book Capacity feature. This feature has no extra costs, and it is a way for you to reserve designer capacity ahead of time. We have here some fields to fill out, and these will let SlideHub know what kind and amount of work we can expect from you. So let's start filling them in. Let's say that I have a 30-slide deck where I know that most of the slides will need to be visually enhanced and the others brushed up. So I can put 20 visually enhanced, 10 brush up. This will give the team a good average of knowledge of what kind of work they can expect and to prepare the designer as well. Then I also have to consider what my slides need. So if I will have any graphs that require ThinkCell, I can just toggle this on. If the file will need to be in Google Slides, I should also toggle this on. In this case, I would say no. Then if the slides will have data to populate or recreate taken from an Excel or a PDF file, in this case, I would say no, but if I had to, I would just toggle this on. And then if I would require any illustrations or infographic work, in this case, I would say no. Then I also have to consider how accurate my scoping is. So will I actually send less slides than what I'm thinking? Is my scope fully accurate, or will I send more slides than what I'm thinking? In this case, I think I'm overestimating my scope, so let me say that I'm going to send less slides than originally scoped. Then I also have to consider if my slides will need extra work. So for example, if brush up will need a little bit more visual enhancement, in this case, there might be a chance of doing that because I know my slides will mostly have to be visually enhanced. I'm putting 10 slides for brush up, but it might be required visual enhancement more. Then if visual enhancement slides also need recreation, I don't have any pictures or graphs that might need to be recreated, so I won't toggle that on. And then if brush up slides might only need small adjustments. In this case, since I would like most of the deck to be visually enhanced, I would not toggle that on. Then I also have to select my time zone, it's CET, and then here it's where it's different from the other tasks. We have to select two different deadlines. One is a deadline for the final file to be returned, so the final deadline for the task, and the other deadline is for the submission of the files. So these kinds of tasks do not already come with files already added, unless you would like to provide the draft already, because you will only add the final file later on for us to work on, because right now you are only reserving capacity. So let's say I would like the final file to be returned on the 19th, and I'll provide the file to work on tomorrow. Then if I scroll down, I also have the option to already provide a draft file for the team. This will help the team to know what they can expect later on when they will actually receive the final file to work on. So if I already have a draft file, it's great that I can already provide it to the team, and that will enable the team to more accurately scope the amount of work that they will get later on. Then if I have any additional instructions, I can also add them here. I can as well add a project code if required. Please note that in order to use the booking service, we require you to send the booking request 6 hours in advance of actually sending the final file to work on. So now let's create this booking. Once the booking is created, we get taken to the booking task overview. Here we can see the status of the project, and right now it's booked. And this would be the deadline where I have to submit my files for the team to work on. But let's say that I forgot to add a draft file on the previous view, but I can still add one file here. So if I click Upload Draft, I can simply add my draft now, and I can send it to the team. I'm also getting this warning. The uploaded file will be reviewed by a project manager, but the booking will not be started until the final input has been provided. So we have to understand that this draft that I'm sending is not the file that the team will work on. The team is currently still waiting for me to upload the actual file to work on, but they already received this draft that will enable them to scope the task better. If you'd like to also view the details, you can do so. And you can also use this view to provide the team with an update. So you can click provide an update and you can just message them. So for example, if you'll be delayed on your submission deadline, you can also let them know here. You can also update your project code if needed. And if required, you can also cancel the booking if you no longer have use for it. Please note that if you cancel the booking 1 hour after us receiving the booking requests, you will be charged a certain amount, but it will be maximum 5 hours. Once you are ready to send your files for SlideHub to start working on them, you can just click Start. You can now submit the file for SlideHub to work on. You can also delete the draft file if you no longer have use for it. These settings below are the same as the normal Send a Task view. You can also toggle or untoggle the Use Existing Template, and you can also add other files if you would like to. Then you have to confirm the deadline for the task. If nothing has changed, you can just keep it as is. And if you have any other additional instructions that you would like to add, you can also do so here. You can see that this description already has the same points that we selected on the previous view. Then you can also select if you would like to add colleagues in CC or add the project code. Now let's upload the file for SlideHub to work on. If we do not have further instructions to add, we can just initiate the booking. And we can once again change the final file deliverable name and limit the emails that we might get. Now let's confirm. And now the booking has been initiated by the delivery team. If they have any questions, they will get back to you via email.